Don't be that way, fall apart twice a day. I just wish you could feel what you say. She'll never tell, but I know you too well. Got a mood that you wish you could sell. If teardrops could be bottled, there'd be swimming pools filled with my dolls. Told a tight dress is what makes you a whore. If I love you was the promise, would you break it if you're honest? Tell the mirror what you know she's heard before. Oh, I don't wanna be you anymore. Hands getting cold, losing feelings, getting old. Was I made from a broken mold? Hurt I can't shake. We've made every mistake. Only you know the way that I break. If teardrops could be bottled, there'd be swimming pools filled with my dolls. Told a tight dress is what makes you a whore. If I love you was the promise, would you break it if you're honest? Tell the mirror what you know she's heard before. I don't wanna be you. I don't wanna be you. I don't wanna be you anymore.
But here come their drinking problems. Here come their shattered marriages. Here come the doors they punch and the people they wound. Here come the things they shout at holiday parties.
Here come the costumes I wear to hide from myself. Let's call them the willies. Here are my worst mistakes, wandering around on all fours in broad sunlight. Now look at me. Schoolgirl, daughter, wedding guest, client, sister, cousin, niece, lover, patient. If all the world's a stage, I've played countless roles, and there were so many times I wanted to speak to the director and tell him that I'm leaving the cast, that I'm handing over my script. I wanted to be off stage forever. And at times, I dreamed about blissfully succumbing to the whirling blackness that Sylvia Plath described as eternal oblivion. And in my most detached moments, I was so annoyed that I had to be in my body with my thoughts, and this might be why I was drawn to performance. And after completing my schoolwork, I doodled and sketched and wrote, and I was so sure I would die of heartbreak, and in an instant, a student would call me over to their table and ask me to do an impression. The funny thing about trying to abandon a feeling is that it hurts twice as much when it's time to return to it. There was always a school bell, a bully, an annoyed teacher, and I would have to return to me. Once I wrote something like, quote, "Both sides of me were in dead earnest. I was no more myself when I was deeply depressed than filled with laughter." End quote. And I have discussed in a previous episode that adoration for pretending to be someone else can cause a strange disconnect. Is it possible to have low self-esteem and an inflated ego? I don't know. I struggled for weeks after a school play. I had to be myself again. And it put me in a really dark place. What do you want from me? Why don't you run from me? What are you wondering? What do you know? Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, where do we go? Say, spit it out. What is it exactly? Your pain is the amount cleaning you out of my satisfaction. Today, thinking about the things that are deadly. The way I'm drinking you down, like I wanna drown, like I wanna end me. Step on the glass, step in your tongue. Bury your friend, try to wake up. Cannibal class, killing the sun. Bury your friend. If I liked a character on film or one I had been cast as, I would keep parts of them. I was my own Frankenstein. I tried to breathe life into severed bits of human. This did not work. And I no longer try and make it so. Here come the costumes I wear to hide from myself. I can't do that anymore. Like, maybe the party would be more fun if I made up a funny story or reenacted a movie scene, but at what cost? You know, ever since I was a child, I would use scientific theories and principles to express how I was feeling. So even though the moon in my work now means success and dreams, it didn't start out that way. When I said that I felt like I was on the moon, what I meant was that I felt lonely. I used to ask myself how the Hubble Space Telescope felt, a cold lens in space. I really miss acting, and in some way I know I'll go back to it. And I know by then it won't hurt as much to put on and take off all those costumes. Once, Will Smith said, "How we decide to respond to our fears, that is the person we become. I decided to be funny." End quote. Me? I decided to be calculated. And to be honest, the buttons are starting to jam, and the display screen is hardly visible. And that's okay. I'll let it turn to rust. Thank you for listening. I seem to just be doing a litany of very sad episodes, but you know, let's not run away from the sadness. Sometimes the sadness is very, very important. So the reason why I have not uploaded a podcast episode and I believe a YouTube video, I think it's been at least a week or maybe 2. I've just been dealing with a lot of stuff. So I thought I would take a break and then come back with a fresh head. If you haven't seen my most recent YouTube video, it's called Good Night, and ow, my wrist just clicked. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so if you haven't seen Good Night, head over to YouTube and I will try and link it in the description thingy on Spotify. Do watch, do comment, let me know what you think. The first story, I'm moving on now. Third point. My head is all over the place. This is what happens when I don't record very often. So, the first story I wrote for Get Sleepy is out on Spotify and YouTube. The last time I checked, I think it has just over 30,000 views and 70 comments. And just reading through it, there were people that talked about addiction, people that talked about hospital stays, and the fact that they chose to put on a piece that I had written, it literally gave me goosebumps and it made me want to cry, like truly. So if you want to go over there and you want something to help you go to sleep, Get Sleepy. The whole Slumber Studios team has worked incredibly hard. I can't imagine how long they worked, work on the sound design to make sure that it was edited properly. I have to thank the team and I definitely have to thank the viewers. Final message. And if you walk around feeling a little guarded and not like the real you, I hope this podcast is a place where you can let it all out and just listen to someone who genuinely cares. So I'm going to sign off. This feels so weird to say. I haven't said it in so long, but thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day, whatever you're doing. Have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, and night. And I will catch you in the next one. Okay. Bye.